Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Guys, today we have the Twid, and that's the first time I've called it the Twid actually. I even just then, I almost said Twib, because I'm so used to saying Twab. Anyway, let's just get straight into it. I think this is a little bit of a lengthy one, to be honest. Oh, look at that. Anyway, this week in Destiny, we are maining hand cannons, because they are the stars of our Arms Week event. Everyone loves a good hand cannon. Pretty much most main characters in Destiny's lore has hand cannons. Like Rezo Azir has obviously Thorn, Shin Malthur has Last Word, Cade has Ace of Spades, Crow has Hawkmoon. Like, hand cannons are pretty up there. Have you heard of this gun? Yeah, we have Fenutra Farah. Yeah, that is the new hand cannon shotgun. Everyone's going for that. The Trials one, though, is going to be hot topic. I said that in my video. The Trials one is going to be hot topic. Or are you focusing on getting the new Trace Rifle? And have you seen the topics for today? Well, check them. Let's have a look. So we've got Arms Week is live. The Coil now in the portal. We've got Solstice coming next week, which is very, very soon. Trials is tomorrow. My baby is coming back. You know we're going into Trials. Further Edge of Fate support. Budget your build in the Destiny Perpetual raid, and an update from the Bungie Foundation. Alright, let's just jump straight into it. We've got no time to waste here. So, Arms Week is on. How are all you hand cannon enthusiasts feeling? We have introduced a new archetype with Fenutria Farah. Some old favorites are dropping from the activities, and you can equip crazy volatile mods with powerful effects into them as well. And no, we have not forgotten about the new Strand Rifle. We've seen a few fun rolls out there already for it. Arms Week is a 1 week event introduced with the Edge of Fate, and it will be around until the next weekly reset on Tuesday, August 5th, which is when Solstice comes out. I'm so excited for Solstice. Don't miss the opportunity to earn some nice rewards while you can. It has its own event home that you can find in the portal main screen. And that has a daily and weekly. There's grammar mistakes here. Hold on. They missed the comma. Ada 1 plays a big part in Arms Week. Even if her recent focus has been dressing you, she wanted to help out with new weapons. You can visit her in the shooting range and use the compact telemetry you are earning when completing activities to buy Arms Week event weapon engrams. The reason why I emphasize that, by the way, is because this is like take number 12. This special engram can be decrypted at Rahul for free, or you can spend a bit more combat telemetry to focus it or for higher tier rewards. Choose wisely. I've just been going to Rahul, to be honest with you. The Coil arrived at the portal. The portal has received a new activity this week, the Coil. This activity was launched during the Season of the Wish. In this year of Lightfall, known for its mix of intense combat and interesting modifiers that players could buy from Riven, it was a perfect candidate for a new activity hub in the Edge of Fate. I did enjoy the Coil, to be honest with you. The Coil has 3 paths available from in the portal, and the experience can be customized by the player. Go for a B+ tier or higher grade to earn the best and the most gear possible, but be careful not to make it so hard that you can't cross the finish line. Yeah, again, I've run into that a few times. With update 9.0.0.4, we added the option to jump into Master and Grandmaster activities at lower levels, but again, be careful. If you push a bit too far at levels 100, you might end up facing immune enemies. Yeah, that's another thing there. The Solstice starts next week. Arms Week was our first event for the Edge of Fate, but Solstice is right around the corner. It's going to last 2 weeks in total, and there are a few things changing compared to how we last celebrated in the past. So, guys, if you are into the seaside, if you're into beach aesthetic, then you're going to like the new Solstice stuff, because the whole holofoil-esque of their weapons is supposed to represent the beach going into the water. This guy's got, you know, those like kind of floaty duck rings that you can put around your waist to float in water. Well, that's the Titan mark there. The Warlock obviously has, you know, the sun hat and all that sort of jazz. The Titan... Sorry, not the Titan. The Hunter cloak is a plushy shark, and like the cape is going into like a shark body. Interesting. The goal of the event is to use the Solstice Force to create a full set of armor and then to make it glow. Given that we have a new system of stats and armor in place with the Edge of Fate, it's probably a good moment to earn a few sets. But let's talk about what's changing. For starters, in lieu of a bonfire bash activity this year, we are adding a plethora of modifiers to the portal activities. These modifiers are inspired by solar energy, very fitting for the Solstice theming, and you might recognize some of their effects if you have paid attention to the artifacts in the past. We have only listed 4, you'll have to discover the rest for yourself. So we've got Hot Potato. Carryable solar flares occasionally drop from defeating combatants. Passing it between players increases the amount of damage it will do. Then we've got Fired Up. Dealing damage with final blows from solar sources raises a heat meter. Once full, your weapons will cause solar explosions. And then we've got Class Healing. Healing yourself when using your class ability. We love that one. And then we've got Igniter. Precision hits against scorched combatants cause ignitions. These modifiers will rotate each day on portal matchmaking activities, but can be selected anytime with the custom difficulty selection. With one exception, Hot Potato will stay on each day for the portal matchmaking activities. Okay, so that's one thing to note there. Another addition coming with this Solstice is the new Solstice Scorched Crucible playlist. You can imagine what weapon is the main character. Yep, the Scorched hand cannon, there we go. Both teams will be able to use them in Clash, Control, and Rift game modes. So revel in the chaos, and don't forget you can charge the cannon after shooting it for some extra damage. As you play during the first 2 weeks of Solstice, you'll earn some free rewards in its dedicated event home. From a unique emblem to a ghost shell to some hollow foil weapons. That is the main bit for me right there. So don't forget completing your dailies and your weekly challenges so that you can progress the event rank track to earn all of them. This version of the event home is a new and improved reward shop where you will be able to purchase weapons directly from up to tier 4 depending on your guardian rank, as well as up to tier 4 weapons and armor engrams. Okay. There will also be glimmer stacks and enhancement cores if you need them. That's cool. Trials of Osiris is back. I love Trials of Osiris. That is one of the main reasons why I jump in every Friday. So, after 2 weeks of where other activities got their well-deserved time in the spotlight, it is time for Trials of Osiris to make its return. Starting tomorrow, our endgame PvP game mode will be available to players to jump in as long as they own the Edge of Fate expansion until the following reset. Pick up a Trials Passage or a Lighthouse Passage, depending on your preference, and put your best weapons forward. The map will be Burnout. Burnout's an interesting pick right there. Saint 14 didn't want to change his favorite weekend pastime much, as he has only disabled the power level disadvantages in this new iteration. That doesn't mean he hasn't been busy though. There are some new rewards to earn. For starters, there is a new set of armor for each class. The armor looks so good. The armor does look so good. And on top of that, Saint has secured 5 weapons, including the second ever spread shot hand cannon. That's the one that I said to keep an eye on. So, we've got Auric Disabler, Strand Precision Frame Auto Rifle, or Osiris, or something like that, Neutralizer, Kinetic Spread Shot Hand Cannon. That's the one that people need to focus on. We've got Aisha's Embrace, Void Rapid Fire Frame Scout. We've got Forgiveness, Arc Aggressive Frame Sidearm, and then Unwavering Duty, Solar Adaptive Machine Gun. During these first 6 weeks of uninterrupted Trials weekends, there won't be a featured weekly weapon. That means you will be earning all of them while playing your matches, with wins having a higher chance of dropping them. We will have featured weapons again on September 9th, shortly after Ashen Iron's major update launches, and 2 more weapons enter the Trials loot pool. Lovely, we like that. We'll talk more about that once we're closer to the time. Alright, moving forward. More comms that support the Edge of Fate. So as we progress into the week 3 of Edge of Fate, we have more to share about some of the issues players are encountering while playing. Some of these have already been shared on our social media channels, and we will serve as a reminder. But we are also expanding to ensure that missed patch notes, among other changes, are also included. I'm not going to delve too deep on... Oh, what is this? Touch of Flame. Oh, okay, yeah, no, we know about that. I'm not going to delve too deep on the patch notes here, so let me just scroll past that. Oh, currently investigating Warlock. We want to acknowledge that players are feeling the sandbox for Warlocks is being left behind other classes. Body builds don't benefit much from the stat changes, and there aren't many meta melee builds that benefit from the additive melee changes, among other feedback. We are investigating a tuning pass for Warlocks that will start with Ashen Iron and continue through Renegades. That's gonna be cool to know about. Titan here, we're investigating an interaction where Unbreakable, Unprismatic Titan does not appear to work as intended with Shackle Grenades. And then we've got a few exotic armor stuff here. We're looking into issues and feedback regarding the exotic armor among others. Controverse Hold, Crest of Alpha Lupi, Nezarec Sin, Starfire Protocols, Crown of Tempest, Wings of Sacred Dawn, Eunoia, GMX Stabilizers, Boots of the Assembler, Rhyme Coat Raiment. Reported issues with the Warlock. Handheld supernova damage was reduced by 20%. This was not as intended and will be fixed in a future update. Some bracers was tuned during the grenade stat rework to function the same at 70. Due to the stat threshold issue explained above, fewer grenades than intended were available at 70 stat. This should be corrected within the next grenade update. Okay, fine. Titan, throwing hammer melee has a cooldown added to picking up the hammer as its bounce was increased versus bosses. This was not intended and will be fixed in update 0.9.005. Stats, grenade, melee, super, and class were not regenerating as we presented them in the pre-Edge of Fate. These were fixed in an update 9.0.0.4. Hit markers makes a return. It's actually crazy how much hit markers throws you off when you don't have them. Hit markers didn't appear. This was fixed. Yeah, great. Okay, cool. Queenbreaker no longer Queenbreaker no longer blinding on shots. Choir of One can be macro to fire faster than intended. That's crazy. Choir of One has lower ammo regeneration than intended. Icebreaker swaps can provide ammo. We're looking to fix this. That's crazy. Certain exotic bows don't interact with hierarchy of needs, guidance ring, and the behavior for the projectile tracking has changed. Sprint, oh my god, this they better be talking about that. Sometimes you are just sprinting and the movement does not increase. We're investigating reports that players will sometimes sprint but not gain the accompanying increase in movement speed. Yes, to work around this issue, if you encounter, return to orbit and re-enter your activity. Yes, but what about if you're in comp? You're saying I need to quit a comp game? You guys will ban me for that, so not exactly a efficient fix there. Artifacts bonus, we're tracking an issue where the application of new gear ornaments can increase the amount of damage resistance the player receives. This will be fixed in the future. The Desert Perpetual Investigation. This is the raid. We are investigating reports of cheating with fire teams who cleared the Desert Perpetual contest mode, breaking our code of conduct and or cheating to complete contest difficulty or other activities is a bannable offense. By the way, I just want to very quickly put it out there. If you are a cheater of this game, you are a low-life scumbag, and I cannot stand you because you literally gain nothing from it. You immediately get banned anyway, and you paid to do this. So you're actually genuinely stupid as well. Anyway, if you want to spend money to get banned, that's up to you. Clearly, you have more money than sense. But moving on from that, we also have raid and dungeon difficulty scaling. This is another topic that people were talking about during contest mode. We've been watching feedback in the past few weeks about the raid and dungeon difficulty. The following changes are being planned for future updates. So, we will be updating the difficulty for legacy raid and dungeon activities to address player feedback. The combat difficulty for normal and master modes will be reduced by 10 power. We will also be updating difficulty and combined mastery triumphs in the Desert Perpetual raid to address player feedback. So based on combat difficulty, base combat difficulty will be lowered by 10 power. Enemies will deal less damage and players will be able to deal more damage. We will be lowering the cutthroat combat raid feat, specifically the combat difficulty, by 10 power. Was plus 40 combatant power, will be plus 30 combatant power. We will also be lowering the combined mastery triumph to only require a single completion at base based difficulty, which will upgrade gear tier rewards by 1 tier depending on the number of feats active. Example, instead of getting tier 1 rewards, you'll get tier 2 rewards. Layering on additional feats will increase difficulty, but also help you get to tier 3 rewards and beyond. Okay, that's such a positive change. I'm very happy that they did that. All right. We know about the sprint bug. Budget your build in the Desert Perpetual raid. So check out the raid. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we know this. We know this. Oh, that's cool. That's a cool emblem right there. And obviously we know about this. All right, and then we've got Bungie Foundation campaign wrap up here. So you did it again, Guardians. Your light has once again shone brightly, changing the lives for kids and communities around the world. Together, we raised an astonishing $1.4 million. We are so deeply thankful for your generosity and the trust in the Bungie Foundation's mission. We heard from so many community members throughout the Bungie Day campaign that are giving back and offering a helping hand to others. Comes second nature to gamers who spend their time playing as Guardians, working together to save humanity. What an honor it is to stand amongst you light keepers, light bearers, and help make a world a better place. So there's some more known issues here. We've got some Kepler stuff there. I'm not going to get too deep into that because a lot of it we already know. Lodi again. Just a kiss. I love that. Love that. That's cool. I like that piece there. Got some movies here. And then they finish off with just saying, and just like that, the Twid is over. I hope you are earning tons of great hand cannon rolls from Arms Week, and that you are wreaking havoc in the exclusive mods they can use for this limited time. We have Solstice in the coming weeks, and with some interesting modifiers that benefit from soda weapons, so that soda hand cannon might come in handy. Alright? Hey Ada, check this roll. Were they supposed to put like a hyperlink there because there's no hyperlink there? I mean, yeah, to be honest with you, I don't know who writes these twids, but sometimes these twids can be a little bit difficult to read. That sometimes the grammar just is a little bit strange with these twids. But to be honest with you, this was basically just a roundup. We know a lot of what's happening when it comes to the known issues and what to expect and all that sort of stuff. This is the main thing here. Solstice is the main thing, so that actually launches next week Tuesday, and of course, like all Tuesdays, we will be going live for this Solstice event. So guys, I'll pass it back to you. Are you interested in Solstice? Will you be earning this armor? Do you like the theme they're going for this year with the whole beach theme? And I wonder what the glow actually looks like when it comes to the armor of Solstice, because this isn't showing any glows. So yeah, I wonder what that looks like. Anyway guys, like I said, I'll pass it back to you. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Join the Discord, follow me on Twitter. All those links are in the description below. And guys, thank you so much for your time today. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.